In today's biased news, Spain's far right is on the rise, Greece is on fire, and Cambodia stages a sham election. The far right is making a comeback in Spain after the ultranationalist, anti-communist, and highly racist Vox party is attempting to form a coalition with the center-right People's Party ahead of the upcoming election. So far, the polls are undecided, but there is an indication of a coalition majority, shifting the previously reigning Social Democratic PSOE party from power. Compared to last election, polling suggests the Vox party could receive as few as half the votes it got last year, despite surging membership. Currently, 40% of the votes have been counted, with the PSOE leading at 33% compared to 31% for the People's Party. Unsurprisingly, the Liberals of the People's Party have allied with the far right to form ruling coalitions in many local elections in May, continuing the ever-persistent trend of Liberals always siding with fascism against socialism and the left. Concerns continue over a rolling back of green initiatives by a center and far-right governing coalition, especially following Spain's brutal heatwaves this summer. Vox's demands include a squashing of Catalan independence movements, the expulsion of migrants, except for when it suits Spain's labor market, a naval blockade to prevent new migrants, the closing of mosques, and the repealing of LGBT, abortion, animal rights, and climate legislation. They have also repeatedly refused to denounce Francisco Franco, the former fascist dictator of Spain. From the left-wing camp, Sanchez has declared victory, emphasizing that the reactionary parties of the Spanish right have failed. He stated that the PSOE and the Sumar Alliance would continue to defend progressive values and work towards more rights for women, LGBT people, and workers. On the other side, Vox's leader, Santiago Abascal, complains that Sanchez could block the formation of a new government with the support of the evil communists, Catalan independence supporters, and of course, terrorists. Typical of declining economic conditions, the culture war is spurred by a rising right to distract the masses from the class war, the only conflict you actually have a stake in. Rather than deal with the fundamental issues facing Spaniards, which include a cost of living crisis, unemployment for youth, housing precarity, and climate concerns spurred by relentless profit-driven policies, the right attempts to feed people simple answers unfounded in reality. That it's the fault of immigrants, gay people, women, and communists. The speed at which this rhetoric can erupt into violence, and the inefficacy of their solutions to Spain's problems should spur urgency in a resurgent radical left to provide a real solution, to strike capital at the root, and to use Spain's wealth for the workers of Spain rather than conglomerates with no regard for the well-being of the nation or its people. The Cambodian People's Party claimed a resounding victory in a heavily one-sided election, signaling a historic leadership transition and the end of the rule of one of the world's longest-serving premiers. The election lacked a credible opposition due to a severe crackdown by Prime Minister Hun Sen's CPP, leading to the exile of many rival politicians. The CPP was reported to be leading with an 84% voter turnout, mainly contending against 17 lesser-known parties. Hun Sen's son, Hun Manet, is the anointed successor and likely to become the next prime minister. He holds degrees from prestigious universities and has risen through Cambodia's military ranks, but his vision for the country remains unclear. Critics have raised concerns about the fairness of the election, given the disqualification of meaningful rivals and the banning of opposition figures. There are expectations that the new leader might attempt to improve Cambodia's relations with the US and reduce its relations with China. Greece is facing a severe heatwave and battling 82 wildfires, with 64 of them starting on the hottest day of what is considered by some experts the hottest summer in human history. Around 19,000 people were forced to evacuate from roads, and thousands more were evacuated from other affected areas. Thankfully, some relief is expected on Monday, unfortunately followed by another wave of high temperatures later in the week. The situation remains critical as firefighters work to contain the wildfires and protect lives and property. And to end with some positive news, the Golden Retriever breed turned 155 this week. Their ancestral home in the Scottish Highlands, where the first Golden Retriever puppies were born 155 years ago, welcomed dogs from countries including Canada, the US, Japan, and Australia. This year set a new attendance record, with over 500 dogs having their best day ever. The Golden Retriever maintains its status as one of the world's most popular breeds, known for their friendliness and happy-go-lucky nature. We hope these good boys make your day a little brighter. That's all for today. We'll be back day after tomorrow with more news. If you'd like to see longer episodes with more in-depth analysis, consider becoming a patron so we can grow and expand.